But you think those would be his clubs?
Oh, it wasn't him. Oh,
But
okay.
Bob Zaney. But yeah, funny guy.
Have you been all over the world doing comedy?
Yeah, even Henderson almost. Yeah.
Welcome to Fish and Snacks, the podcast that teaches you all about what's going on in sports, in life, and in Hollywood. And now, how about a nice round of applause for Eric Fish Snyder and Brad Snacks Grunberg.
Wow. Number 40, man. Number 40. Wow. 4. Oh. How you feeling, buddy? How you feeling? You look good.
Good, I'm good. You know, I wore my sunglasses last week, and I got 3 emails and 3 texts from people say you look like Ace Rothstein from the movie Casino. Go, great. I'm taking those fucking things off. You know, so
That's all right.
I'm well. How are you?
Doing all right, man. You know, hanging in there. Every day's a gift when you wake up. So I was excited about this because we made it to the big 4-0. This is our 40th show, and I'm the fat man, you're the fish man, and we're Fish and Snacks number 40. Wow.
That's it. Yeah, it goes fast, doesn't it? Wow.
God, it does. It does. And we're having a great time. So good to have you back, man. And you're looking healthier every day. And
thank you. Feel good. Feel good. You know, I'll take sore over pain any day. Anyone will. Anyone would. Stuff like that. So we got a really special show today. Today is we're gonna go back in the archives of when the fat man and the fish man got together and started doing podcasts. But first, we got 3 prank videos we're going to show you and lead into something that kind of precursors to what our interview is about today. So let's do it, Jordo.
All right.
I caught me a real one. I caught me a real one. It's moving.
What? That's a snake. I don't know if that was real or mechanical, but it scared the shit out of her, didn't it?
I just pooped in my pants. Wow, that's not fun. That's not fun.
No.
Probably his dad was doing that. Oh, that's good. I like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you like pranks done on you? Are you a prankster, or you like getting pranked? You don't, or
I'm a good sport. You can make fun of me if the pranks are done on me. I like it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, it's like going to a bathroom in a public place and there's no toilet paper or things that get sit down and you got to go. That's a conundrum, buddy. Let's show out a prank video.
Yeah, let's go.
What the fuck is that?
I
don't know what that is.
Is that a duck?
Is that it looks like a AI of a big giant bird.
Oh,
that's squawking at the guy. It's weird. Wow.
You're in a deep sleep and you wake up to that? Wow.
No, I would jump out of bed.
I'd rather wake up to that than smelling your shit in the bathroom at Mom's Saloon.
Yeah, but it's me. I'm not looking to go. I'm out of those covers so quick. I'm out the door.
Oh,
that's that. We're so blessed to be doing this for so many years. We got 40 episodes of Fish and Snacks in, but we used to do another podcast a while back, and Brad Snacks, Captain Snacks Grunberg, has a great friendship with a man named Scott Thompson. You know him as Carrot Top, and he's everywhere. And his philanthropy, the way he carries himself, he's so humble. We're going to show you some of the interview that we did many, many moons ago. And here we go. Scott Thompson, Carrot Top.
The best.
It's so good to have you in town right now. I know the strip clubs are making a lot of money this weekend, and the buffets are really happening right now. But we are blessed to have a legend here in Las Vegas. Why don't you introduce your good friend?
Yes.
And we'll chop it up.
All right, let's do it. I met this gentleman back in, I believe, 1990. I did a movie that should have done much better. Chairman of the Board, starring Mr. Scott Thompson, a.k.a. Carrot Top. How about a nice hand? Come on now.
Thank you, everybody, all your listeners, all 36 episodes of people listening. Thank you.
Oh, we have so many.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, what year was that?
I think it was like 1990.
Something, yeah, chairman of the board.
God.
You know, it should have done, but you know why it didn't? Well, first of all, I was in it. Secondly, it would have done a lot better if when they did it, you know, they never came to me with a meeting and said, you know, we should make this PG or G rated. they went, because my audience on the day at that time and road shows were, college kids. So they thought, oh, we'll do PG-13 or I don't know, it might have even been R for a dumb movie like Chairman of the Board. So they should have made it a kid's movie. If there was one scene that they could have taken out or edited, it would have been a G, would have been a lot better.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the marketing too, they didn't really market it.
Yeah,
right,
it was like, Trimark. They had, they'd only done, that was it. I think I was their first big film. They had done, believe it or not, they did one of my Swimming with Sharks. That was one of my favorite movies. They did that one as well. Trimark produced with Kevin Spacey. If you've never seen that movie, holy moly.
Oh,
Swimming with Sharks.
it's a great movie.
It's the greatest movie ever.
Frank Whaley. Oh,
yeah.
it's
Just a great movie.
No, it's funny because at the time I was working at this place called the world famous Hollywood Tropicana.
Sure.
And this guy, this stud, was dating this girl named Renee, one of the wrestlers, and I'm like, hubba. She came down to visit this man, and it was at the Venice Beach. I played the UPS driver who brings him an egg.
Yeah.
And right, and you open the door and you take the egg, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? And it was great. Renee always spoke highly of you, and I'm
nice.
damn, I'm going, yeah. You got some stuff going on there, baby. You know? Renee was one of the hottest girls we had at the club. So, but
people always thought that I lived in that house too. Isn't that funny?
Oh yeah,
it's that fun about show business. You film a scene in this little shithole on the beach, and everyone's like, "Oh, is this where you really live?" I'm like, "Yes." And we're filming a movie here. I don't live in this little thing. It's full of all the crap from the movie. So people think to this day,
that was on
your house in the beach there. I'm like, that's not my house.
It was on the Venice Beach boardwalk, right by the paddle tennis courts, and you had this fucking house. I can just imagine people.
Right.
Yeah, you live there with your family?
It would make sense. I mean, because it had all the props and the thing in it. But just
all your stuff. Yeah, that was great. Can you believe I got this guy on our show?
I can believe it.
Why don't you ask him some fucking questions?
Well, he's an icon. I live here. I've been here 30 years, and this guy's been at the Luxor for so many years, and all you hear about
coming
is
up on 18,
18 years, 2005. Wow.
Yeah, we did. More than that at the MGM before Copperfield made me disappear. But we did, so almost 9 years in Vegas. Crazy.
Wow. How did you make the move to Vegas?
It's funny, I'll tell you. I was doing Regis and Kathy Lee of all shows, and I got done with my set, and this guy walked over and says, you were amazing. You must kill in Vegas. And I said, I've never played Vegas. And he'd lost his mind. He went, you never played Vegas. You are Vegas. And I said, never played. He said, if I book you in Vegas, will you play it? And I said, sure. And it turned out to be Kathy Lee Gifford's manager. Wow. He said, if I get you the gig. So he booked me at Bally's in the club, and I did, I think, just the weekend. I did great. And they said, we're going to move you to the big room. And that's when I, lost my mind. And they moved me to this big, huge, the Jubilee room. And it was just, nothing I'd been ready for. It's a young comic. I used to say I had more props than people. I mean, it was 4,000 seat theater, with me and my little props. But that was the beginning of it. And I went on to the MGM for 10 years.
Wow.
And then Luxor now 18. Yeah.
Jesus, that's great. Now, when you got the call from, when you were working at MGM and they tried to poach you over to the Luxor, how did that play out?
Well, that's exactly, again, how it happened. It wasn't my decision. I got a phone call from the new president of Luxor, and I remember boarding a plane. I literally remember getting on a plane, and they said, Felix is going to call you. And I was like, okay, but I'm literally like, I can't take this call. I'm like, so like, hello. And he says, hey, Scotty, it's Felix. We've never met formally, but I love you. And, so what do you think about being the resident headliner at the Luxor? And I said, oh, am I not at the MGM anymore? And he says, oh, no, you didn't hear? I thought, that was the whole joke that Copperfield made me disappear, in a sense, because he wanted the weeks. And so I told the newspaper, they said, how come you're not playing the MGM Grand anymore after all these years? And I said, David Copperfield made me disappear. And it goes in the RJ, the Review Journal, and then I get a call from David Copperfield saying, why did you say that? I didn't make you disappear. And I said, well, in a sense you did. You didn't magically make me disappear, but you know what I mean.
But we said this, you're a humble guy. You have a big heart. I watch your social, and you were walking across the street. Now, this man goes to see sick kids in hospitals and stuff, and he doesn't bring the camera crew with him, okay? He does it because it's between him and the child he's visiting or the sick person. and he was walking across the street in Vegas, and a lady hit you. You bounced off the windshield and fell and got up and started to. You tell us that story.
I don't think it was a win. I think she backed into me. I think she was.
okay,
backing.
okay.
It was a. It was a. It was
I was
a-
trying to make. I was.
It was an that sounded better.
That's right.
No, I was just walking, and yeah, she did. It was an electric car, which
Yeah.
thank God they have those. And so people ask me all the time, how come you don't have an electric car? Because they still make gas ones. That's why. But this lady just you don't hear it. Just I'm walking, and she just backs into me, and people were witnessing. I'm like, okay, and everyone's like all concerned. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm not. I'm fine. It was it was a plastic car.
Yeah. But
It was fine.
it was funny. And then all of a sudden you get up and you start.
I'm like, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good.
Everybody's like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. It
the
was shocking.
Yeah, but we're the same age, and when I watch your show,
So if you got hit by the car, not good.
yeah, no, that
probably.
wouldn't have been good.
Not good for the car.
You wouldn't have bounced back up, or the car, right? Exactly.
I'd have a lawyer calling me. Right? She hit me. And that's my problem.
You saw that, right?
Yeah. But you do things. So you're talking great about the hotel and that the shades don't.
Right.
And the light comes in. You lay on your back. Okay. Now I know how old you are. We're both 38. But you are in such fucking great shape. You go down and you get right back up.
No.
I can't fucking tie my shoe.
Yeah.
You're unbelievable. I mean, are you in the best shape of your life right now?
Yeah, I think I'm in better shape than I ever been. Yeah, I mean, just physically, not for like weightlifting or not.
No,
but just flexible. Jeff, so my assistant's laughing. No, he thinks I'm not. I think I should be taken to the shot like a horse. But no, there's days where I'm not well.
Right.
But right now, yeah. There's another. The hardest one is not even that one. The hardest one is doing the Tom Jones where they throw the panties, and I go down because almost every night I literally hurt my knee doing the same gag. And I know it's coming, and I jump like I thought. The joke is I saw Tom Jones and women are throwing panties at him. I couldn't get my boxers off quick enough, so I get down on the ground physically like I'm trying to pull my box. My mom's like, "What are you doing?" I'm trying to help me, Mom. I'm trying to get my boxers off. So that one, I literally have a bruise on my. It's a permanent bruise on my knee that doesn't go away because I land on it. It's like
every night.
It's like the movie with Steve Martin when he gets shot in the same arm in the same hole every time. What was that movie? Dead Man Can't Wear Plaid. So he gets shot in the arm, and then everything gets shot again in the same exact hole like 5 times in the movie. It's so funny. It's like, damn it, not again. Like that, right into the same hole. So it's that same thing. It just won't heal.
You talk about great homage to Carrot Top, and he's got so much energy. But does he have this much energy? Does he? Huh, Snacks?
Dubby, baby. The best. This is the best way to start your day. It's an energy drink, water, coffee, whatever you want. I do it every morning, and I'm a different person. How about you?
Well, it gives you, well, of course. I think I get up to deal with you. W gives you clean, jitter-free energy with no sugar crashes, no sketchy ingredients, and none of that. Am I focused or am I vibrating feeling? Just smooth mental clarity so you can lock in, power through, and even make good decisions. No promises, but better odds. Whether you're grinding at work, gaming away past a reasonable bedtime, or just trying to survive another group chat argument, W's got your back. And because W supports the chaos responsibly, you can get 10% off your entire order at w.gg when you use promo codes Fish and Snacks at checkout. That's Fish and Snacks, all caps, one word, zero regrets. W Energy Drinks, energy that shows up like your willpower.
Tell the truth. You can't make the stories up.
Right.
You can't make this.
That's usually what I say. I say, you can't make this up.
No. And you are from Orlando, so you know the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
And you were at their concert in the green room. Take it away.
God, was it the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
Or was it NSYNC? It was one. Yeah,
NSYNC? I think it was NSYNC.
Okay, so
wasn't
NSYNC.
it?
Yeah.
God. Well, I've done other things where I've called them the wrong bands. I was walking out. The New Kids on the Block were playing at Mandalay Bay one night, and I had a show, and I wanted to go. I know them. I wanted to go, but I couldn't go. So we're walking out of my show, walking to my car, and I see these 4 guys come walking down the hallway.
Is that them?
Walking down the hallway, and I said, oh, and they go, hey, Scott. And I said, hey, and I said, shit, Jeff, what are you doing? Why don't you just turn it
Jeff,
off?
Is that your wingman there, Jeff? Jeff Mullets, everybody. I don't know what the fuck he
Come on
does.
in.
But the guy walked. They were walking.
you,
I
Jeff.
said I was trying to get to your show tonight, and they were like, "Oh, cool." And I said, "But I had a show, so I couldn't make it. But I was trying." And they're like, and here's how cool they were. They're like, "Right on, cool." And we hugged the whatever, the white guy hug, half hug. You know that.
The white guy.
You know that. It's like that weird. That's
Very uncomfortable dance. of the 80s.
yeah. It's the white guy. You know, we don't know how to hug.
Oh, Lord.
And so then they walked by, and Jeff said, "You do know that was the Backstreet Boys. That wasn't New Kids on the Block." And I'm like, "Oh my God, it was." So they were cool enough to say, "Oh yeah, thanks for trying to get over though at least." But here's the irony: would you think there'd be two fucking boy bands in the same like hallway?
No.
No. So what's I get kind of half for that one because you know, like you see a boy band, you're like, oh no, they're both in town, like
Yeah.
you know. So I've known both of those bands and all of them for years, and so they just went, nice to see you, Scott.
Well, the
Jesus.
story that I want you to tell is the Elizabeth Taylor story.
Oh goodness gracious!
That is a
Well, that
classic.
alone, just when you say tell the Elizabeth story, Taylor story, it's epic already, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So okay, so speaking of NSYNC, I'm in LA at the time, and they said we've been hanging out or something. They said we have to go to this dinner, and I said, oh, you want to come with us? And I said, well, where is it? Oh, this fancy hotel in Beverly Hills. And I said, sure. What time? You got to kind of dress up. We're meeting. And I was like, we're meeting. And that's realized like how much of not a star you are, because I've never said we're going to hang out tonight. And Sync's like we're going to go have lunch with. It's just a normal day.
Yeah.
So I said, "Fuck, seriously? Can I?" And they said, "Yeah." So I go and I go to whatever the Barney's or whatever and find the nicest shirt or a jacket or something black just to look fancy in LA. You got to just wear black. And I did as best I could. It's a nice sport coat, and I get all excited. We go down. And it's NSYNC, all the band NSYNC, me, their manager, Britney Spears, and it's Johnny Wright. Yeah, so it's about the band 4, 5, 6 of us, and then 2 Secret Service guys. So the Secret Service guys are in there, and the room literally is smaller than this table. It can hold maybe NSYNC comfortably, but not the rest of us, right? So I'm right away looking at it like I'm leaving. I said I'm going to go, and Johnny Wright, who's their manager, says, "No, you're not leaving." I said, "John, this is ridiculous. I mean, we're all crammed in. Like I don't feel comfortable being in this room. You've got all these people, And Johnny goes, "You're not leaving." And the Secret Service hears me. He says, he says to Johnny Wright, "Out," to him. And I said, "Well, he's not leaving. He's the manager of the band. I'll leave." And he says, "Both of you fucking leave right now." So Johnny's like, "I'll tell you what. How about this? How about none of us are leaving?" And the Secret Service says, "2 of you are going to leave right now." I said, "I'm going." And the other Secret Service, now they're really mad. He says, "All right, if you're not in this, how would it be funny? If you're not in NSYNC or in Britney Spears, you have to leave." And I said, "What if I'm literally in Britney Spears?" Because it was so crowded. I said, what if I'm literally in Britney Spears?" And everybody laughed. Everybody, I mean, even she did.
Great.
And then right when everyone laughed, the door opened and Elizabeth Taylor walked in.
Oh my goodness.
On my life. I went, "Oh." I said, "Hi," and you can't miss her. And she says, this is the best part. She says, "Can you get me a chair, Mary?"
Mary!
And I said, I swear to God, I said, yes. So I'm looking around and there's no chairs. I said, "We need to get her a chair." And everyone's like, why'd you call? I said, "I don't know. Just get her a chair." And so right as I'm looking for a chair, Joey Fatone, everyone thinks it's hilarious. Walks in. He goes, "Hi, how are you?" And I said, "Good." And he says, "What's your name?" And they all go, "Mary." And goes, "Mary?" I said, "That's an inside joke. I love inside jokes. What's the inside joke?" I said, "No, nothing." She called me Mary. And how's that? And then I said I'd met your brother the night before at a random at Dantana's.
Oh yeah.
And right when he's letting go in my hand, he's like, "Wait, my brother." And he's engaged. He's like, "Oh, my brother's a good guy." What are you gonna say? He's a dick? He's like, "No, he's a great guy." And he says, "That's great." So he kept saying that, which name? And he said, "I know it's Carrot Top. I don't know your real name." I thought that was nice. I said, "Scott." He said, "Scott, it's a great name, Scott Thompson, whatever." And then he let go. And I said, "That was cool." But the whole night was, and they called me Mary until this day. Joey will call me now and say, "What's up, Mary?"
Funny stuff.
Have you been all over the world doing comedy?
Yeah, even Henderson almost. Yeah.
And we called Hendertucky.
Hendertucky. Yeah. I mean, I've been all over this. I've been in the world performing, not so much. I mean, I've been in Europe and all that and stuff. But as far as comedy is always. They've asked me to go to other places and do it, and I've always wanted to get to go there, but I never have done it yet. Where we would translate Australia or some places, but we haven't done it yet. But I would love to.
I think you should. I mean, you transcend. I mean, you see the crowd, and I watch the crowd sometimes. You have every walk of fucking life there.
Oh, that's true.
That's the great part.
8 to 80, literally.
Yeah.
It's unreal. I mean, last night the kids in the front they looked like they were 12.
Yeah.
And then we had you, and then we had other people, the older people to the right. The lady in the front was really old. Her husband, we've been on the show. But yeah, it's always been kind of that way. It's weird from day one when I used to do with like the Regis and Kathleen, and then the Tonight Show in colleges. I would be getting every demographic across the board, and people used to always say, "What's the demographic for me?" And I'd say 8 to 80.
It's fantastic.
That's so true.
It's fantastic.
Are you surprised when you look into the crowd? Like, I think you told the story on one of the shows I saw about Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah. We get people that come all the time, and you kind of, oh shit. Toby Keith comes, and you're making fun of him, and Shania Twain, and I had a great joke when I did the joke before she came to the show, and then everyone's like, "You're not going to do that, right? Because she's coming tonight." Fuck, I'm going to do it. Yeah. Fucking, we're comics. I mean, I hate that. Like, no, you're a comic. Do your shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not that horrible of a thing, but it's not a very nice thing to say about her. I said, Shania Twain's hot. I'd nail that again if I had a chance. Man, fuck her. So she's in the crowd, and I said, yeah, Shania Twain, I'd nail that again if I had a chance. And they all go, ooh, and I go, you don't know. And then she comes back after, and she says, nail me again? Really? But she was fun with it. She had fun with it. But then she saw my show like a dozen times, and we were like on the road in Fort Lauderdale, and I did it again. She came back, you still doing that fucking joke about nailing? I said, it kills. It does, but why people are going to think that you are. I said, why does it matter then?
Your guy was Gallagher. My guy, 7 years old, I was watching The Tonight Show, Don Rickles.
Oh, it was Don
Rickles, and you've probably met him 100 times. And
I was in a movie, yeah.
Oh, you were in a movie?
Dennis the Menace.
That's right. What a guy. I mean, this is a guy who on stage, brutal, but off stage, the sweetest, nicest guy.
Right, absolutely the sweetest man in the world. Yep.
I mean,
it was all just for that show. I mean, literally. Yeah. Off stage, he couldn't have been nicer and gentler.
When I met him, it was a dream come true because when you meet your idols and the people that you look up to, and they're like, I was lucky to be on Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David, and I met him. I'm like, wow, he's nothing like his character. That's cool. You know, where you can turn it on and turn it off. Yeah. Did you, when you were coming up, did you do the improv, the comedy show?
I got to tell you my Rickles one real quick.
Sure.
So only because when I did the movie Dennis the Menace, I was playing these like 6 different parts. I was an Indian. I was an old guy. Every day took hours of prosthetics and makeup to get me into these characters, and so I'd get there dark. And the first person on the set, and they would start working on me to get me ready for shooting at 9 in the morning, whatever. And every morning, Don Rickles would walk in the makeup trailer and say the same line, and it killed every day. He'd walk in, he goes, you're still in this? You're still in this? And I'd laugh every morning. I'm still in it, Don. You still in this thing?
That's so great.
It's great. Yeah.
I think that Scott Thompson Carrot Top is probably an Oryx Outdoors type of guy.
I agree.
He could use a lot of the props that he has and make a tent and live in a week cooking. Yeah. He's that good, right? And Oryx Outdoors is for people like Scott Thompson Carrot Top who have an off-trail type of personality. You don't need to be Bear Grylls. You just need equipment that won't quit when your confidence does, because you all know how this goes. You planned a relaxing outdoor trip and somehow ended up cold, hungry, and Googling how to survive in nature with a 3% battery. That's this guy. Trust me.
That's right.
If he goes camping, if Snatch goes tailgating, he goes road tripping, or sitting in a chair outside pretending to be rugged, eating his In-N-Out burger, Oryx has him covered. And right now, they're giving our listeners, Fish and Snacks listeners, 10% off. Go to oryx/outdoors.com and use promo code FishSnacks at checkout.
I just want to thank you for being
He's a good
Fat
friend
Fish.
too. He's a good friend. He's a good friend.
You're friends with
That's
everybody.
Jay doing Letterman. Hey.
Jay is so different than Dave. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, Jay's like, but Jay's been
Jay was good to you.
wonderful, to
Very
me.
good, yeah.
Jesus, I mean, he flew me back on his jet. Me and Jeff, we took the jet ride back, and I can tell you this one.
Yeah,
we
sure,
could do
tell
a good
me.
ending.
Please.
So he says we did the Tonight Show and we get done. He says I made a joke. I said I'm going to take your jet back to Vegas if you don't mind. And he goes, that's where I am going back to Vegas. You want to go on the plane with me? And I said, oh, okay. And he goes, no, like seriously, let's do it. You know? So I'm like, okay. And the assistants come in and they're like, all right. So when the show's over, meet right here with Jay, and you guys are going to go to the airport. Just go with Jay. And I said, okay. Or your car service follow Jay to the airport. I said, okay. So as a joke, I go in, he's getting his makeup on. I go in, I give him like $10. And I go, this is for gas, And this is no South. If you ever do fly, here's my Southwest tickets if you ever need them. And, just being funny. And Jay's like, oh, that's great. It takes more than $10. I said, I know, Jay. That's the joke. So we get on the jet and we're just flying back to Vegas. Me, Jeff, and Jay, and it's just it's surreal because we're talking, and he's like, the fun, and you're always have to get born doing the phone, and it's kind of a rocky flight. It's really, Vegas is usually pretty bumpy anyhow, but this little jet's not the smoothest thing. So I don't know. 10 minutes in, small talk, he's out like a light. I mean, and I remember looking over. And having a moment where, like, this is just surreal. I'm looking at, like, Jay's head is this big, by the way, too. Even just, it's this big. And he's just, and it's right next to him. I'm just looking like, this is the weirdest moment in my life. I'm on a plane with Jay Leno, and he's on his plane, and he's just sitting right there with his mouth. I should put a peanut in his mouth or something. And I look at Jay, should we put, like, a peanut in there? Or should we do something like a picture, like, and then I thought, let's not do any of that. Let's just leave it alone. So we're just flying. He's out like a light, and we're like, I mean, it's really, really bouncing. And we hit one of these pockets where just everyone. I'm like, oh fuck! And Jay like wakes up. He looks right at me and he's like, "You don't like bumpy flights?" And I said, no. He goes, just think if this plane goes down and the newspaper's going to say Jay Leno dies with 2 unknowns. I said, I was on your show, bitch. I'm known. And then I ended it with this. I said, I was on your show, bitch. I'm known. And I could have done Letterman, then I would have been well known.
Oh, yes.
I did say that. And he went, and Jay, but Jay never laughs. He went,
oh, that's great.
Fucking zinger.
He does the greatest Trump because it's bad. He does the greatest Leno.
Oh, God. I can't stop laughing.
This is my birthday present.
Oh, happy
Yesterday
birthday.
yeah, man. I'm telling you.
Well, Brad Garrett was your birthday present.
But let me tell you, you're my guy, buddy, because you are so fucking humble.
Thank you.
And so sweet, and you give back. You see sick kids. You do the right thing. And there's listen, we should have more Scott Thompsons in the world.
Well, I appreciate that very much. You guys are beautiful. Thanks for letting me be on.
Thank you so much. Let's
Thanks
go.
for letting me be on the show.
Yeah, 36 is in the books. Thank you again.
That's right, 36.
Thank you.
36, yeah.
You guys are holding up well.
Thank you for taking care of us here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Brad, it seems like we just interviewed him yesterday, and I've known first of all, how many times have you seen this guy? And I know you still keep in contact with him.
I do keep in contact with him. He is him, Sandler, yourself, and myself, we're the most humble people I know. And he is, I did a movie with him in 1991 called Chairman of the Board. And then I reconnected him through the great John Orlando. And I've seen his show 10 times. And a quarter of it I've seen before, but 3/4 of it is all fresh. And he loves his audience. He's been doing it, God, I would say almost 30 years. And he's still the funniest man on the Las Vegas Strip. He is, really funny. Not just okay funny, but really funny. It gets better every time I see him. And I got to go on my birthday to see him. Always gives me the best seats in the house. And I took my friend Helen, who I known for many years, and we had the time of our lives. Check this out. Look what happened at the end. Well, no, about the middle of the show, he comes out into the audience. And
Buddy!
chairman of the board with this guy, and he's the most humble, funniest guy on the trip. I love you, buddy. Where's the plaza? I want to kiss you. Wow.
That's
You
great.
could see the weight loss. Wow, that's a different guy I'm looking at. That's
I appreciate that. Yeah,
that's you going out for the whale. That's
That's
insane.
me going out for the whale. Exactly. That was last year, and I had the time of my life. He made it so special, and he is who he is, man. I mean, oh, by the way, during COVID, I saw him, and he had this plexiglass piece of plastic between people. He always kisses everybody, kind of like Richard Dawson, no tongue. And he made my birthday so special. I just, COVID was over, so I, laid one on him. And he also kissed my friend Helen. Such a great guy. I wish him the best. Sei gesund, Eric. Eric Fish Snyder. That's one of our brothers. Scott Thompson, aka Carrot Top. If you're in Vegas, go to the Luxor 8:00 show. You'll love it. You'll thank me in the morning.
Yeah. Richard Dawson from the old Family Feud. People know Richard Dawson from Hogan's Heroes, and now they see Steve Harvey. But Richard Dawson, when he's right, what Snacks was referring, he kissed every woman on the lips, every single one. Didn't matter who it was.
But not just like a kiss, like a little peck, like Carrot Top did. He would go down. He would dive into those big lips, small lips. I would think maybe they cut it out, but he might have slipped somebody a tongue here or there.
The 70s, baby. All right, buddy boy. Go. You're in hog heaven right now because we haven't seen the Final Four, but we know the Final Four is Arizona plays Michigan. Brad graduated from Arizona. And UConn plays Illinois. Arizona, Michigan will be the most watched basketball game this coming Saturday, probably in the last 10 years. Who are we both rooting for there, Mr. Snacks?
Oh, AZ, baby. Bear down, baby. Bear down. I'm telling you, Arizona's going to win it all. You heard it here first. They got the momentum. They're a great second half team. And Tommy Lloyd, man, he is gelling at the right time. It's going to be a spectacle of spectacles. It's going to be, I think, a close game, but Arizona will be in that game on Monday. What day is that? Is that the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
April 6th?
Yeah, April 6th, Monday. I'm so excited. All my fraternity brothers are excited. Anybody who went to Arizona is excited. Bear down, Tucson, Arizona. Let's bring it on, baby.
Yeah. I don't know where the Final Four is in Indianapolis, I think.
Yes, that's right. Yes, Indy.
Yeah. We get in Vegas next year.
Really?
No, I'm wrong. We get the national championship football game for college.
Okay.
2028, Vegas gets the Final Four and the championship. And 2029, it was announced. We're taping this on a Friday. We're getting a Super Bowl after the 28th season. So we had the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Now we're getting it again.
Great.
I will say this, and Snatch is going to back me up on this. No one throws a weekend party better than Las Vegas. And
Amen.
Snacks will tell you this, and I live here. All the hotels are in one shot, and you're in walking distance, basically, of Allegiant Stadium. And the entertainment, and trust me, Carrot Toss me rocking that weekend. How old is Scott Thompson? 50s?
I think he just turned 60. 60 or
Yeah.
50. No, yeah, he's 60. I think 60 or going to be 60. Yeah, he's a guy you root for. You know, some of these people who become successful, you go like, oh, what a jerk. But you know what? He really deserves it and gives back. 40 is in the books, man. I feel so good. Just hanging out with you, talking the shit. It's really, really been a fun ride. We're going to continue. That's Eric Fish Snyder, baby. I'm Brad Snacks Grunberg. Please, why don't you do something right? Subscribe, because this is free, baby, and you'll laugh and you'll have a great time and it'll change your life and you'll thank me in the morning. We'll see you next week on number 41 of Fish and Snacks. Subscribe, it's free.